Coach, you coming off the road, you win 2 of 3. Why do you think it is that sometimes these first periods can be a little bit slow?
Well, yeah, I totally agree with you as far as tonight. Well, I guess sometimes we're just, tired mentally, play a lot of games and, you know, heavy schedule, traveling all day. Well, we got to Winnipeg early yesterday, but, sometimes it's more of a mental fatigue more than anything else. And as you mentioned, we could see early on, the execution not being there, the choice of play sometimes were a little bit off, or the wrong one. But I like the fact that we stay patient. We didn't force things. I thought we learned something in the third period in Laval where we forced things and we gave up a lot of scoring chances early on. And then instead of being 2-1 at the end of the game, it was 3-1. So I thought tonight, guys, even though we were behind 2-0, guys never changed kind of the way we play. So it's a good lesson to learn from for everybody.
So how encouraged, I mean, it seems like an obvious answer, but I'll ask it anyways. Like, how encouraging is that for you as a coach to see that they brought forth a lesson, even though you guys lost that game in Laval? It very easily could have gone by the same way because, you outshoot them 20-6 in the second period, but you're down 2-0. So they don't have to adhere to the game plan because, it's not working, but then they have that third period. So as a coach, you got to be really happy to see that that's being followed.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's the first thing we said after the game when we talked to them. We were kind of really happy that the fact that they stick to the game plan. They didn't change anything. They didn't force anything. Contrary to what we did in Laval. In Laval, we were down by 1 goal, but suddenly the first 10 minutes of the third, we forced things. And eventually they score on one of those chances. And at the end of the game, instead of being 2-1, when we pulled the goalie, it's 3-1. So we mentioned it this morning when we did the video with the boys to try to learn from it. If even though we're down a goal or two in the third, we know we could create some offense. So why suddenly try to open up things and take chances that we don't need to take? And it's exactly what they did tonight. They stick to the game plan. We didn't force things that were not there early in the third, and eventually we capitalized on a few chances, and then first thing we tied a game and then win the game 3-2. So and then 4-2 with an empty net. But it's a young team, and every situation will. There's always something to learn from every situation, and I thought last game in Laval was a good lesson for us for tonight.
Well, speaking of young team, one of the players that wasn't on the ice was your captain, Jimmy Olleny. Do you have an update on him?
Well, we'll see tomorrow morning. He wasn't able to go today, but yeah, I think it might be a day-to-day thing. So we'll see tomorrow morning.
Okay, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Jacob, when you're ready, go ahead.
Obviously, with being called up, Colby recent to World Juniors, you've lost two top players for your team. I remember in 2018 with Jack Roslick when he left, there was kind of like a little period of feeling it out, and a couple losses came from that you wouldn't usually expect. But how comforting is it to see your group, given those losses, come back and give a second push to Laval, and now here again with that big comeback win?
Well, those two kids are very skilled player. Probably the two most skilled player in our team. So when you lose a player like that, somebody else got to step up, and it's always hard when you're always behind. Like tonight 2-0 and Laval 2-1, starting the third, and you're missing two skilled player like that. So, but our identity is all about hard work, especially up front. Guys work and work and work and crash the net. They look for rebound, and they get in those dirty area and they try to to create some scoring chances out of those turnover. And it's exactly what we did in the third period. Forecheck, get the puck back, nice pass from the net, we score. The other goal was a rebound. We crashed the net again. Third goal, same thing. Gus got his own rebound. So yes, when you lose some skill like those guys, you got to rely on other players, but you got to stick to your identity. And I thought that's what we did well tonight in the third. Guys did an outstanding job playing hard below the hash mark, and we capitalized on a few of our chances.
Blessing in disguise that at this point in the season that some other guys can get more minutes and prove their worth.
Yeah, for sure. It's always I always say that every time you lose a player for whether it's an injury or a call up, it's another opportunity for somebody else. Is that a blessing to lose two good players like that? I don't think so. I think we'd like to have those two in the lineup, but we're glad that Cole's got another chance to go for a gold medal, and Billy's got a chance to go play for the Jets. That's why we're here with the Moose, to try to develop those players to accomplish something bigger than the Moose.
You're right. What did Ville do over his first 18 games that led to him being the guy to get the call?
Well, like I mentioned to him, his last game in Belleville was his best game of the year, and for an offensive player, when you tell them that it was their best game of the year, but he doesn't have any points, he doesn't understand why. Why did I play a good game? And after we watched a couple clip of his game, I said, your gap was perfect. You play physical. They try to finish their hit on you to try to change your game. You never change your game. You never turn the puck over. You make the right play every time. You were good on the power play. So if that's not a perfect game, I don't know what is a perfect game. It's not always about the points. So to come back to the point, or to your question, is I thought it was the best game that Ville played lately as far as managing the game. Playing what was available to him, because sometimes those offensive players, they force things, but you didn't force anything. He just made the right play every time. And if you want to play in the NHL, that's how you need to play. You need to make the right play time after time after time, and being as consistent as you can. And I thought that's what he was lately. He was very consistent in his game.
In terms of things he had to work on that you're working on with him, have you seen an improvement or substantial improvement in killing plays below the hash marks, or is that still an area where?
No, much better. Like I just mentioned, I thought it was his most physical game last time we played Belleville. And it's not his strength, playing physical, but he was physical, killing plays, or at least separating the puck from the puck carrier. Defensively, he was outstanding against Belleville, and he knows he needs to improve that part of the game. And so whether you use your body, or you use your stick to create a loose puck, or to kill the play, like you mentioned, you have to do it. You have to do it, and being consistent about it. And that's what he was lately. He was very consistent defending. We know he could move the puck, and we know he could create offense, but to play in the NHL, it's more than offense. You need to defend also, and I thought he was doing a good job lately.
Just going to circle back to Dave for a follow-up on Zoom.
Yeah, Coach, you guys are 8-2-0 in your last 10 games, second place in the Central Division. Do you feel that difference with the team this year, even though the team last year was dedicated to each other and to winning? Do you feel the difference with that carrot of a playoff run with this team a little bit?
We don't mention it, playoff that much. We did mention it early on before we started the season, but I think the chemistry started last year, to be honest. We could see it right away during training camp. Guys were happy to see each other. The new players really gel into that group really, really quick. Well, it's a group that are very inclusive. They're very there's no clique. There's no gang, or everybody likes to be with each other. I thought the chemistry started last year, and we just see everything carry on this year, and it's like everything else. You start playing well early on, you gain confidence, and then everything rolls. And I think that's what happened with us. Guys were happy to be with each other, but winning early really helps. And I think right now guys are confident. They believe they could win every game. It doesn't matter what's the score. They believe they could come back. So it's nice to see.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Just one more from Jake here.
Thanks. Just last one, with Ville going up, obviously it came from injury and whatnot, but especially after that game in Belleville, where you said it was a quote unquote close to perfect game, is there kind of that sentiment where you're like, I hope you go up there and you get a chance, I hope I never see you again down here feeling, or is it not really like that because, it's a matter of circumstance right now?
Well, for sure, that's my goal. My goal, I always tell, and Logan was in the same boat when I want them when they go up to not come back. I want them to be able to help the Jets having success. If he comes back, then we'll keep working on things that he needs to improve. But I hope I hate the fact that players could go up and down, up and down, up and down all the time. My goal is when they go up, they're ready to play for the Jets no matter what. So hopefully he gets a chance to play, and hopefully he's got a chance to show that he belongs in the NHL. And if he comes back, well, we'll go back to work, and that's it.